Hello everyone to Tech Safari and welcome to the Coding Safari Swift for and iOS 12. And today let's get to know about arrays and dictionaries. So first let's open our basic default project and let me just clear all of this for some space. Okay, or let me just comment this out. So let's get to know what is basically an array. So oh yeah, oops, I forgot to comment that out. So basically an array is nothing but a group or a collection of a single type and related variables. Suppose if we have an array called days of the week that would contain the values Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So arrays work in a similar fashion and they are indexed or like wait, so the values inside this array, as you can see, we define them by using the variable or the array name and equal to bracket and a square bracket denoting the starting of an array. And here I'm just going to define some basic variables. Okay, so here what I'm just going to what I was about to say was, here the variable Monday is originally the 0th term in this array. So I mean that indexing starts in an array at 0. So next we'll get to know what is a dictionary. A dictionary is similar to an array, but as I said, indexing in arrays start with 0. A dictionary is indexed with a particular key value. So when we define a dictionary, we give it a particular variable and we set that variable's value to another variable. And suppose we wanted to access this particular variable, then we would have to access it using that other variable or the key which we gave it. We'll understand it when we go for an example. Excuse me. So as I was saying, in an array, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the keys for these variables in this array, days of the week. So now, so here Monday refers to 0, Tuesday refers to 1, Wednesday refers to 2, Thursday refers to 3, Friday refers to 4, and Saturday refers to 5, and Sunday refers to 6. So that's about arrays. Let's come to dictionaries and let's just see an example. Say I have a dictionary called programming languages and I set its value to be uh, Swift, and Swift is going to be the key and the value is going to be, say, iOS, and next we'll say Java is going to be the key and its value is going to be Android. Next we'll say Python, and no, it's going to have a value of machine learning. Yeah, so in a similar way we can define dictionaries in Swift. So suppose if I wanted to refer to this term iOS, I would need to refer it to by the key Swift, whereas in arrays we need to uh, access it using the index number. So now let's try and define this here. So I'm going to use a let statement to define it. Days of the week equal to square bracket open. I'm just going to copy and paste that in. Yeah, I'm just going to remove these dots and I'm just going to type in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And Saturday. And yeah, here I have my array ready. Let's even declare our dictionary, but this time we'll use a var statement. Now let's try and print my array. We just use print, open brackets and days of the week. Now let's even print my dictionary, and let's try testing it on an iPhone 6 simulator. Suppose if I wanted to print, or let's try to print the variable Monday, then I would have to print days of the week, and in the bracket I would need to define the number 0. And if I wanted to print out this iOS variable, I need to print programming languages in the bracket Swift. And here, yeah, the emulator has booted up. Let's just wait, and even the app has loaded as well. And in the logs we must have our array and dictionary displayed. And yeah, here we have our array and dictionary printed. So that is if you wanted to print the whole array or the whole dictionary. As you can see, it has already kept it in alphabetical order. So now let's try printing, say, Monday. So I could just say print days of the week, and in the brackets I could give the number 0, and that should print Monday for me. Let's just run it. And yeah, here we have it printed Monday. So we can print a specific variable in an array like this. We could even print that particular value as well, just by using its index value. So now it should print me Sunday. And as you can see, it gave me an error. Can you guess why we got that error? Originally we have 7 days a week, but here indexing starts at 0, and according to that the index number of Sunday is 6, whereas we don't have a 7th term itself. That's why it gave us a crash error. So always we must see that we always give a number that is already existing, or else the app will crash. It is the same way for a dictionary as well. We have to make sure that this key exists, or else it's going to give us a crash error, or mostly we'll get to know how to check if that variable exists in the next video. So now let's try and run this. We must get the value iOS printed to the logs, because we gave print command for the dictionary of programming languages with the key Swift. And yeah, here we have it, iOS. Now you might be thinking, what is this new thing called optionals? Optional means the Swift compiler is telling us that this value might exist or may not exist. So we'll just get to know about optionals and how to deal with this in the next or a couple few videos. And then just think of it that it's just going to telling us that this value may exist or may not exist. Suppose if I give this example, let's see what happens when we run it. As you can see, it gave me a value of nil because that key did not exist in my dictionary at all. So I cannot run that here. Suppose if I define it in my dictionary, then it would not give me a nil value. So that's about how we print values of a dictionary. Now let's define one more. Say my favorite food, and let's say I like, so say I wanted few cupcakes for my birthday, around 10 I hope. Yeah, so let's just define it there. Cupcakes and 20 of them. We can even give the key to be a string and the value to be an integer or vice versa such. And say I wanted donuts around 20 and eclairs around 200. Yeah, I love eclairs. And jelly beans, say 20. Yeah, I think that would suffice. And Kit Kats, I love Kit Kats, so say I want around 200 Kit Kats. Yeah. um, or 100, yeah. So say now I wanted to print in this, we'll just print it basically here. And we'll also define one more. So just say let number of eclairs equals to my favorite sweets, and brackets, let's say eclairs, as that is what we want. Yeah. Now let's print that instead of the dictionary itself, number of eclairs, and let's try and run that. And we should have it here. Oh yeah, yeah, here's just a small spelling mistake. Now let's just run it again. And now we must have the value 200. Yeah. And as you can see here, this is also as an optional. It thinks that it might exist or might not exist, so that's why we have it as an optional, and we have the value 200 as we wanted. So now let's say I wanted to change a value in this. We just give the dictionary or array name. In the bracket we give the index number for which we want to change it, and we change its particular value. But because presently my array is defined as a let statement, I cannot do any operation on that. So let's just change it as a var. And yeah, so that's how we update a value in an array. Say I wanted to remove a particular value in my array, I could just use the dot remove command, and as you can see it takes in a particular value, that is the index number. Say I wanted to remove the first one, or I already have my Sunday, so I'll just remove the last one. That will be 6, I guess. Yeah. Now let's try and run this, and it should only have Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. Yep, that. And let's do one more operation on that. Say I wanted to add a variable to my array. Then I could use it using the append statement. And now let's print my array list. Now it should print as expected. As you can see here, it has removed Sunday and it has changed Monday to Sunday, and also it has added the term mon at the end. So if you just click on uh, the name of the array dot, you get lot many options that you can go through and play around with. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm just going to go through one more that is important. That is the count method, and that's just going to return how many variables are present in this particular array. As you can see, we have 7 days in a week, so 7 number of terms in my array. Now let's see what operations we can perform on a dictionary. So suppose if I wanted to change a particular uh, value in my dictionary, I could just do it same like an array, whereas I just need to refer it to its key, and then I say its new value, and oh yeah, I need to change it to a var statement. So now it should change cupcake number to 50. Now let's just run it. Let's see if it has updated the dictionary. As you can see here, it has updated the number of cupcakes to 50 as expected. So if I wanted to see how many I have, I can use the count method. You could also check if my dictionary is empty. So as you can see, we have a lot many of options that we can go through. We can also remove an object by using the remove function and just give it the key of which I want to remove. It's just giving me an error. Let's see what is it. And yeah, it's not sorry, it's not remove at that statement. We just need to go for the remove value method, which is down there, and just there in the place of string we give the key. Suppose if I wanted to say I don't want jelly beans, I could remove jelly beans. Now let's try and run the app. And now in my dictionary I shouldn't have jelly beans. Oh yeah, I think there's a small mistake out there. Let's just check. Let's see why is the error occurring. Hmm, I think there must be a spelling mistake there, or yeah, that it's the same method. Jelly beans, yeah, and I most probably think it should work now. I think before I had a spelling mistake. And now it should, and yeah, as you can see in our dictionary, we don't have jelly beans anymore. It must be a spelling mistake previously. In a similar way, you could just go through all the methods present here. You could just play around with them. Uh, let's just get to know about one more. Uh, mm, you can see we have many options present here to choose from. We can do many operations on dictionaries as well as arrays. So yeah, you can just play around with all these. We learn them basically by playing around with them. In the next video, we'll get to know about what are the various types of operations we can perform and the various operators on integers and variables. So that's all for this video. Meet you in the next video. Until then, keep playing, have fun.